early this year, I stumbled on a set of videos teaching people how to invest in the Nigerian stock exchange. Now, I started this year with a plan. The plan was to get out of debt and to build my emergency buffer fund, which is my step one on my wealth journey. I'm kind of Dave Ramsey-ish, so I'm following the baby steps somehow, while adapting it for the Nigerian. Okay, so I stumbled on this video, and it introduced me to the concept of investing in what they call what they call this thing again? What they call the federal government savings bond, the FGN saving bond. Apparently, it's a kind of bond that the federal government started in 2017 to help Nigerians to save. So it's like a domestic debt. We are giving them our money to the government. The government uses it to do, government stuff. And at the end of the day, the government gives you a percentage. And when your tenure is over, the government will give you back your principal. So the FGN bond is structured in such a way that when you give the government your bond, like when you put in your money into the system, they will take that principal, and every 3 months they will give you a percentage of the interest. So when I heard of this, and I was preached into it by a lot of online gurus. They were also excited about it. I think, oh wow, the interest rate is like 17 point something percent per annum, and it's divided so that you'll be paid every 3 months. So that 17% they'll break it into 4 payments, 4 tranches, and every 3 months you're getting paid. So if you structure it properly, it's like you're getting paid from the government every single month. I was interested now. I mean, I had some money that did not have a label, so I needed to put it in an investment. They tell us invest, 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 but nobody ever tells us what to invest in or how to invest. So these YouTube channels, steered me in the direction of the FGN bond, and I started my investment journey. Okay, what was so exciting about this bond? Number one, they said it is completely risk-free. The federal government never defaults. They always pay their debt, so being risk-free is good. Number two, the interests are not being taxed. That one was even more exciting for me because I was considering treasury bills, FGN bonds, and treasury bills there's a 10% withholding tax. FGN bond, there is no tax. So of course, since I want my small money to grow, I put it inside the one that I will not pay tax on my interest. Now, the third thing that was sold to me was that since your capital is preserved, at the end of the tenure, after you have eaten all your interest, they will still give you back your money in bulk, and you can still reinvest it again. And this thing does not close. Like, you invest it every month. Every month they open the portal for like 5 days, 1 week, 5 working days. And within that period, you can do your investment. And if you structure it properly, they'll be paying you every month. So it's like you're receiving a salary from the government. I got excited though. So I put my life savings, my pension, so to speak, inside this thing, so that my money would grow at 17%. When I did it then, now I hear it's about 15% for the 3 years tenure. But when I did it, it was about 17% ish. So I did it though. After doing it, eventually in this channel, I'll show you how I did it, but that's not the gist for today. So they said it is risk-free. They said that your money does not depreciate. And at the end of 3 months, the federal government will give you back your money. That is what they told me. Okay, now. So I put the money inside there. The first month, I didn't see any movement. So it was looking good. I was seeing like small interest being added to it. I was like, oh, wow, this is actually working. The second month, that's how I saw small interest. The third month, I entered into my app, and I saw that my savings in the bond has depreciated by 10%. Almost 10%. Or more. I saw reds that day because I was sold that this thing is risk-free, that nothing will happen to my capital. So how come I am seeing less than 10%, like minus 10% of what I invested into this thing? So I went back on the internet. I went to all those videos, that the gurus are telling us to invest in federal government savings bond. Nobody mentioned that there would be capital depreciation. Like, nobody even said it. I went to the original printout I got from the stockbrokers when I bought the bond initially. Nobody mentioned that there will be depreciation, right? The money will go down. No one mentioned it. Eventually, as I kept on researching, I went to the DMO's website itself and finally read up on savings bond and found out that though in the primary market your capital is preserved, in the secondary market it is being treated like every other mutual fund or bond in the market. It is subject to the ups and downs of the market. So because the NGX was falling one kind in the last week, that is how almost 10% of my investment, my pension, disappeared. I panicked though. I panicked a little. But I called someone who seems to know more of this and asked the guy, I said, guy, how far? Are you sure that my money is going to come back in bulk the way I put it in? And the person assured me that at the end of the tenure, that my money would be given to me exactly the same way I gave it to them, and that my interest, the real interest that was calculated from the 17% would actually come to me. Okay. So I'm testing this one. Like now I am testing it because I don't believe anymore. So my coupon payment would be in the next 2 weeks or thereabout. So when the coupon payment comes out and I see what I am being paid, because I've already calculated it on my Excel sheet, I know what I'm expecting. So I will compare what comes in to what I'm expecting. And I would know if this investment is something I would like to keep for the long term, or if it is something I will liquidate on the secondary market and move on to something safer, because I was sold on the fact that this is the safest investment there is. So if this is not safe and they are cutting my money, would it not be better for me to just carry this money and go and lock it in a high yield savings account and at least collect that 17 to 20% upfront and use it to be seeing the roads now while the years are counting? Or what do you think? If you want to know how this saga ends, click the like button, subscribe, and follow me for more info. Now, this is my first year of investing, so everything I am learning on this investment journey, I will share it with you guys. I will make the mistakes so that you don't have to. So click on that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.